Today we're looking at product number 19621, which is for a Gladiator JT, which is a 2020 or newer application. The 3.6 liter was specifically used for the design of this product, and we make a multitude of other product lines. This happens to be the Overland Series, which is the newest addition for the Gladiator JT. Any of our exhaust systems are made for each individual application. That means that our engineering team looks at the specifics of the vehicle, the chassis, the size of the cabin, the overall length, and you may find that a 3.6 liter of a different make or model may use a different diameter pipe and a different muffler. All of that is what we validate when we say it's a dyno-proven exhaust system. This particular system differs from the factory system in that we have a couple different items that you'll see visually. When you get the stock exhaust off, you'll notice that there's another resonator. It's painted black in the back, and the reason for that is it hangs much lower. Even though the factory exhaust system does have a turn down, you'll see that it sits below that frame rail line, and that's something we want to address with our turn down tip. Now, when we're talking about the other attributes of the system, you're going to notice a larger diameter. The factory system's 2.5 inch, we go to a 3. This changes the tone, but it also gives us the performance increase we're looking for the 3.6 and an exhaust system that's this long. Looking deeper into this particular system, this is an Overland Series, and with an Overland Series, there's a couple of features that makes it unique from the other parts we have. We talked a little bit about that angle of departure and the turn down tip. That's one thing. We want high clearance, high tuck. This means when you're out on the trail, you don't have to worry about rocks and other obstacles coming up and crushing the exhaust system. Now, we are talking about NDT. Our no drone technology is one of the very specific items that makes the Overland Series one of the things that's most desirable on the trail, because you can change things such as gear ratio, tire size, and not have a negative impact on engine load, which causes that very annoying low frequency drone. Our muffler is what allows us to do that, and there's a couple options you have to tuning that, because not every vehicle is going to be the same depending upon your particular tire size and your particular gear ratio. So going back to that technology, you'll see the muffler has an additional port. There's a pathway in here which creates a quarter wave resonator, and we have the ability to cap that off and create about a 14-inch quarter wave resonator. That will mitigate some sounds and cause it to reflect back and cancel out that frequency we're actually creating. Now, the reason why we don't clamp this is in the advanced course on this, you can add additional pipe should you desire. Much like a trombone, you can lengthen or shorten it to change the frequency it tunes out. Now, we also provide one other feature, and this allows us to tune a couple different frequencies, and that's a Helmholtz chamber. The Helmholtz chamber is effectively a hollow chamber inside that reflects the sound created by the expansion of the pressure waves inside to create the tone we want, reflecting that back and canceling out those noises inside the muffler before they get into the cabin. That's really where our NDT technology allows you to have the sound you want, and of course, tuning out those sounds in the cabin you don't. Now that we know how all that technology works, we're going to get this installed right now. So our first step is to put the muffler in its place. It goes right into the stock position, and where we're using that factory clamp. Next up, we have the mid pipe, and it's a slip fit connection. So we'll have one of our Torque clamps, and we'll be reusing the factory hangers. For the last piece of the main exhaust, we have our tailpipe with the high clearance tip. We're going to put that into the factory hanger, and of course make sure we put our clamp on as well. So one of the important steps you got to look at with installing the exhaust is to install everything loosely and then tighten it once it's in its final position. We're just about done. We've got one more part, and we have to decide which one of the NDT systems we're going to be using. So for the final part of our install, we just have to decide what level of NDT we want. Quarter wave resonator to give us the most amount of internal feedback, or something that's going to do a little bit more cancellation and give us more of that drone feed environment. Generally speaking, I like to start with the quietest option first, and that way I can appreciate the NDT technology, and if I want a little more noise later, I can always go to the quarter wave resonator cap. The installation for part number 19621 is very straightforward. This can be done on a lift and just as easily in a driveway on jack stands. And if you're interested in other exhaust products, check us out at www.magnaflow.com.